Hello everyone, welcome to another lovely episode with JFX. This is the official analysis for the month of October 2024. So I will be breaking down Euro USD, GBP USD, and a little bit of gold, how I make the analysis and how I got to this conclusion or this prediction. Okay, so this is an analysis section, not your average classes, which you have me breaking down different technical methods like smart money concept and Wyckoff. Okay, so this is for analysis breakdown, and this analysis which were shared in the Telegram channel with the Telegram community. So if you're not on the Telegram community, you might not be familiar with the analysis I'm talking about, but this is Euro USD on my screen right now, daily. This is a daily time frame. And this is my prediction for the month of October, basically. And I will be breaking down how I got to this conclusion, from top-down analysis and also explaining a little bit of what these highlights mean and how I got these structures in the first place. So if you're not in the Telegram community, the link is in the description. You can join that using the link in the description. We also have numerous ebooks on smart money concept, Wyckoff, psychology, so many aspects of Forex trading that you can learn from. These ebooks are available in the Telegram community, so you can easily access that using the link in the description and you can join the community. So for this section, my prediction, why I'm still a little bit bearish on USD is because the red dots you see here are the structures coming from the weekly time frame. So the weekly is bullish, although the previous, let's say the last bullish leg which we had, because this means this is a higher high. Okay, this is smart money concept, basically structure. Okay, so it's something that I believe everyone should be familiar with. So that was a higher high. This would be what we call a lower high because an uptrend moves in higher highs, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. So, that's how you know it's an uptrend. So this is an uptrend. The guys identified with the blue here are what we call internal structures. Okay, to me, I call this the internal structure of the weekly, which is the daily structure. And as we can see, the daily structure created a fair value gap within this weekly range. So this fair value gap separated this demand zone from this demand zone. And this then means this demand zone is going to be called an internal range POI, which would be a daily POI. Why this would be a weekly POI? Because this is within the weekly swing structure. Okay, so this is the weekly structure, weekly time frame POI. This is also a weekly time frame POI. Why the ash color are daily time frame POIs? So basically, I use these colors to identify higher time frames and this one's to identify lower time frames. So when you see ash colors like this, I'm actually telling you that these are lower time frame areas of interest and these are higher time frame areas of interest. So this is a swing low. Okay, this is a swing high. We had a stop hunt here. This signifies the dollar sign, which means liquidity. So I use that to symbolize liquidity. So wherever you see this, it means liquidity is being cleared out. So the liquidity on this swing high was cleared out, which is this manipulation we find here. Price was supposed to create a higher high if the range was still bullish, but we had a manipulation which cleared out liquidity and then broke structure, which we find here, which is a sign that we might be seeing a bearish trend anytime soon. So understanding that, we also identified that price recently cleared out a major low. So this is a major low. Why? Because this low created a swing structure as well. All right. So this is when we see the internal structure here, we find out that there's still a follow-up with price respecting internal range demand zones. Although these demand zones are identified within premium of the range, which means they're likely going to be liquidity if price should return back without clearing out the official targets, which is what we have here. So price returned back, mitigated this demand zone we have, but failed to create a higher high, which is a sign that price could be clearing out this to get a more discount price. Okay, so With that being said, why I am expecting price to still go lower is that we should expect a retest, of this unique demand zone because there was a manipulation here. But using Wyckoff, this would be an accumulation in lower time frame. So there was a manipulation here that cleared out the liquidity. This was supposed to be respected, but due to the break of structure, so this got cleared out. So there will be a retest, which is the break and retest pattern, which we would be expecting from price and this level. At the same time, we also have this demand zone at the lower time frame, which we can see price. Let me clear out some stuff. We can clearly see that price has relative equal lows. If you look over here, you can see these lows are relative equal lows, so which is also liquidity. So with that being said, we can say this is liquidity, and we're likely going to see another manipulation when price retests this level, to create an internal range structure, within this range to create liquidity for the bearish movement. So if we're going to be seeing a retest of this level, which we would say price is creating a bearish range, and we are expecting a bearish follow-up at the same time, then we would want to see a retest of the premium level within this newly formed range to create a lower high for a new lower low. So something like this is what I am personally expecting. Okay. So when we expect something like this, is because this range, we're expecting a little bit of correction, because this is a very, very impulsive price action. And at the same time, this means liquidity would need to be created because there's, impulsive, we're going to see some corrections. So expecting these corrections on this aspect of the market, we would want to see something like an internal range being formed. Okay, so this is my reason why I'm expecting a retest of this break of structure here, which is also a breaker block using the ICT concept, to see if price could give us another bearish leg within the lower time frame, to use that to create a little bit of accumulation on this angle, to induce the premium level of this bearish range. Okay, then we can see a new inflow, of the lower time frame and all that. So this is a breakdown of the daily analysis and my reasons why I have these areas of interest. I'm going to take you now to the monthly time frame, where I would also show you some insights that also supports reasons why price could still be bearish at the moment, but can also be expecting a bullish build up anytime soon. So we are bullish, but yet we are still expecting a clear out of the previous weekly low, which is this, before we can see a proper bullish movement. So this can happen within tomorrow, today, it doesn't have to necessarily be this big, like the way you see me identify it on the screen here, but it could happen within the week, and then we could see price start building up that bullish momentum till the end of the week, then follow up with the rest of the month as a bullish month. So we should have our eyes on these areas of interest to see if we can get an entry on the next wave of the market. Okay, so this is a monthly time frame. Sorry about that. And I'm looking at the monthly time frame since it's a new month. We can see October, the first week of October has been a bearish week. And also it has also reflected on the monthly time frame to have cleared out September's low. So this was September. This candle represents September, and this is October. So October was bearish, and so fast that it cleared out the official low of September, mitigating a fair value gap. So there's a fair value gap here. And then October cleared out September to mitigate this fair value gap, which means you could likely be seeing a pullback. Sorry about that. We could likely be seeing a pullback from price, before any bearish movement if we are to see a bearish movement, because from the look of the price action, price has been bullish. And this is just a retracement into a more discount area. But at the same time, we see that the closest demand zone is still a little bit far from where price is right now. So the month could go a little bit bearish, if it wanted to mitigate this demand zone here. But we can see at the same time the price is also testing this IPA candle. Okay, so a little pullback of the monthly time frame can be expected. It can be seen, it's possible. This is the monthly. So on the weekly time frame, we have something like this. And on this time frame, we would start paying attention to the structures, not just the key levels. And on structure, we see we have a low, a high, a low, a higher high, and then price is currently at discount of this range, at equilibrium, sorry. So this is equilibrium, this is discount, this is premium. And the closest area of interest within the discount would be this level. Okay, so if price doesn't respect this, the closest would be this, having that above as an inducement, and this being the internal structure I was showing you guys on the daily time frame. So if you look at this here, you see we have a bit of structure here. So we have this and this. We also have this. So the structure would be, and this would be the internal structure. So this would be daily, and then this would be the weekly. So the both of them are bullish, but at the same time, we are seeing a little bit of retracement. And this retracement is coming in with its own structure, which is this we can find here. So price could create a new lower high, before creating a lower low, or we could have this as a double top liquidity. And the next time price comes close, it goes to clear out those liquidity, before going back lower. And if you look to the left, you would see that we have an area of interest above and an external range liquidity from a higher time frame to be cleared out. So this is clearly an inducement, and then the next time price goes up is likely to clear out these guys. So that's liquidity. But right now, we are currently at this point, and we just had a very, very bearish week, which price might be likely to cover up some imbalance on the lower time frame. So this imbalance will be within this previous weekly candle. And that is why we have this breaker block identified. So this breaker block is where we have that zone where we're expecting kind of like a retracement on the daily time frame. And then this area is where we have the discounts demand zone we are highlighted on the lower time frame. So if we go down to the daily time frame, we would have something like this. So you would see a little bit of what we had on the dailies is now making sense, bit by bit. You can see that I got my areas refined from the higher time frame, which is coming from the monthly. And then we got to this point, which is where I gave my analysis on the Telegram community. So this would be refined to this would be refined to this. And then we would have this area of interest pending here, being the daily area of interest I highlighted, and having these guys as relative equal lows. Expecting a little bit of this, and then, price coming back lower. So this would be my analysis for Euro USD for the week, and also my prediction for the month of September. So this is how I got my prediction, and then the highlights from the structure are there to help you understand how I got this entire idea. So this is for Euro USD. Looking at GBPUSD. If you have any questions, or you have a recommendation or something, you can leave that on the comment section. I would attend to that to see how I can clarify you on your questions. So if you have any question, you can leave that in the comment section of the video. Okay. Um, this is Euro USD, GBP USD daily time frame. At the same time, we also have a structure looking similar to that of Euro USD. We can see that price is currently mitigating the demand zone, but this is kind of like an internal structure because it's within premium of the previous range. So that structure never really got to discount when price created it. So if you look at this, measuring this previous range, you could see price never got to discounts. Neither did it even test equilibrium before creating a new range. So this low is kind of like a weak low. This is a weak low. So it's a strong low, yes, because it broke structure. But at the same time, compared to the weekly time frame, it would be an internal low liquidity, which would be an inducement to probably something below. Below that, we have the fair value gap, which is this fair value gap identified on the weekly time frame. So we have this fair value gap here from the weekly, and we have this low as a daily time frame area of interest. Okay, so we had a very, very bearish previous week, similar to that of Euro USD, and we can expect price to retrace a little bit into the fair value gap of the previous week. This is also a pending area of interest from the weekly time frame. As you can see, this is another block, and this fair value gap is kind of what we are expecting price to give a little retest to, even if we're going to be clearing out this previous weekly low. Okay. And at the same time, if you look at this fair value gap, it's been refined. That's why it's named the daily time frame, the daily fair value gap, because this would be the weekly. Okay. So refining it on the lower time frame, we had something like this. And that lower time frame I'm talking about is daily. So you can also still refine it lower on the 4-hour time frame and below that. But this is a general analysis on the higher time frame, so you can have what to look into when you're looking at the lower time frame using smart money concept. So this is not to tell you what to do when you go to the lower time frame. It's just to give you ideas on areas of interest you might be looking for price to give you an entry from. So this is all just a higher time frame speculation for you to navigate a lower time frame. That's why we're not going to the lower time frame. So this is the weekly fair value gap, and I'm kind of like expecting price to respect this low a little bit because of the break of structure here. But I don't know if this would be heading to the discount, the premium level of this range, before heading down, or if this would be respecting structure, to create a new higher high. Obviously, this was a higher high, so this could be a lower high as well, and price could still be bullish. So your GBPUSD is still within a bullish area of interest and still looking bullish. And for the week, we could be expecting some bullish retracements. Okay, so I'm bullish from this area of interest. On gold, I can't really tell much because gold has just been bullish. So for now, I would just say keep your eyes on demand and supply areas like this, like this for continuation. Price could just, give a little retracement, like something similar to what we had here. Okay. So price could give a little retracement to continue the structure to the upside. As you can see, it has been doing that in the past. This was the structure. So we had a retracement into the demand zone, price broke structure again, also a retracement into the demand zone. So this is a break of structure again. But we haven't seen a formal retracement yet. So this could be something like this or something like this. So I'm still bullish on gold, but until we see a proper break of structure, maybe price clearing out these lows before we could start looking for bearish areas of interest. But from what is happening on the lower time frame of this point, you can still get a bearish entry, maybe to get to this point, or price could still be bullish and we could start seeing some bullish retracement from from here. So I don't have any predictions from gold. All I can say is it's still bullish, and it's very risky for you to be selling right now. So you could wait for bullish areas of interest on the lower time frame to get bullish entries instead of looking for bearish retracement to trade. Okay, so I'm bullish on gold. The remaining analysis are within the Telegram community. So if you would like to get a look into other pairs, you can check out the Telegram channel. Link is in the description. That will take you to our community where we have other analysis breakdown like this, but on chat, and on Instagram. So those links are in the description, and you can join us maybe for other technical analysis classes to explain how I use these concepts, the laws of these concepts, and how these concepts work. So those are all available on YouTube. The recordings are available on YouTube, but the classes are done on Telegram. So you can use the description to join us on Telegram to gain more access to the trading community. Okay. So thank you, and thanks for joining us today. Bye.